Carrie, what's your favorite high school junk food?
Favorite high school junk food? Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito.
Well,
Carrie, what's your current favorite junk food?
Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito.
Hello, my name is Carrie Muller. I have written a book. This book, A Dazzle of Zebras. That's me. It is a young adult book about a girl named Tracy, and it's about friendship and first love and fear of the social anxiety variety. And it's also funny, so they tell me. So you should pick up a copy and see what it's all about. But to celebrate its release, I hosted a Come As You Were in High School party. Or as you are if you are in high school, or as you will be if you are younger than high school age, but you get the point. This is how I was in high school. The years were 2004 to 2008. Ugg boots were everywhere. Just a sea of denim skirts. I kept a pen in my hair to keep my bun up. Gotta keep those buns perky. Layering was a big thing, so girls would wear a tank top underneath their shirt. Sometimes they wore one tank top over another tank top, and that was like, ooh, look out. But I like to shop for shirts in the little boys section at Target, and this is a Spider-Man shirt, but it's so faded you can't really tell anymore. Actually, it used to glow in the dark, and it was awesome, but it doesn't anymore, obviously. It's so old. And of course, you had these sick yellow Converse with the flared jeans, and they were so long that you would walk on them and chew up the ends. You didn't just hem them, that was stupid. You would just chew them all up and look like super cool. I also, for some reason, decided that it would be fun to, instead of hosting a reading of the actual book, to read some entries from my high school journals. It gets a little dicey, so just prepare yourself before watching it. If you need to take any breaks, for your emotional well-being, feel free. Come back to it after you've had a nap or a drink, or just take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. And we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching.
So we're gonna go back to 2005. I'm gonna put my iPod away.
I just would like to say it's very brave of you to venture out into this world.
Thank you. Well, I did have to put this mood music on because this is the kind of music that you would just go and fall on your bed and you would write something like this. It's over. He thinks I'm bronchitis. You know it's there and it's bad, but you live. And at the bottom, in large letters, it says, why do I care so much? In a similar vein, I think this is from the same day, actually. In large letters, he hates me, hates me, hates me, hates me, hates me. Or not, he likes someone better. And that may as well mean the same thing. I like him so much, and I loathe that I'm getting so worked up about a guy. About him, of all people. Nobody can ever read this. No one can find out. Not even Danielle. And she knows everything. It's just so frustrating to finally be able to admit that I like someone, only to find out that I'm way off in my timing, and that they like someone who's perfect. Maybe several perfect people. And he will never like me again.
Aw.
Yeah, so that was sad. It was fine. Turned out okay. But
And he was actually liking Rebecca. No.
I doubt it.
a perfect friend. All right. This one is about an ill-fated crush that I had, but I'm going to change the name.
Wow.
Changed the name. Could have been Cameron.
Patrick O'Flanagan. I've talked to him a grand total of one time, but I can't stop thinking about him, and I don't know why. He's in my chem class, friends with Vicky, and my math class. Very Irish. Reminds me of how John Mayer sounds. He's sarcastic and seems like he has a biting sense of humor. At least he does have one. I see him laughing often, which is good. I wish I could talk to him. It's kind of exciting this when I let myself feel it. It's that crazy somersaulting feeling when you don't know why you're attracted so much to someone. You know you shouldn't be because you don't know them at all. But it's the excitement of wondering, the thrill of walking into class each day and wondering, will today be the day I work up enough nerve to talk to him? Of course, there's always the self-disappointment when the bell rings and you watch him speed out, realizing, I never talked to him. Dang. Still, there's always tomorrow. This is just one of those things that I need to do. I don't want this to turn into another what if story to add to my dust gathering collection. That phrase is a skipping record in the melody of my life. Time to fix it? Perhaps. I hope he's nice. I hope, oh boy, I just hope I'm not really as pathetic as I'm sounding right now. In a later entry, you know what? I can predict exactly what is going to happen. I'm going to keep waiting for something to happen, but then I'm going to find out that he likes another girl, and I will be crushed, even though I knew all along that I had no chance with him. Then I will laugh at myself for being so absurd and such a fool. Yet, and I may have imagined all this, so don't quote me, during chem, I was almost sure I saw him do that little peeking back thing when you look to the side a little bit, you look back with your peripheral vision, but I'm probably wrong. But all is not lost. Let's go over to October 24th of 2005. I talked to him today. Oh God, you saw it? I saw it. We all saw it. It was no extraordinary conversation. Someone was telling me that he hadn't started reading yet, and I said, oh my gosh, you are smart. And then he turned around and said, I haven't started either. And I laughed and said, are you kidding me? And then someone else turned around and said he was only on chapter 6. Wow, guys, great job, I said, or something. And he told the first guy to go to some Cliff Notes site, and I told him that was cheap, and he threw up his hands like, what do you want from me? I don't remember all of it. That was a big deal. Okay, I think this, there may be one more about him after this, but it was several months where I just didn't talk to this guy, but I liked him so much. And several of you know who this person is, and that was a dark time in life. So I've decided I don't even care anymore how lame I sound in here. So what if I sound pathetic to myself? It's the little things that excite me with Patrick. Like yesterday in chem, he totally looked back at me a couple times. It made me really happy, needless to say. And then in mathematics, I had to go staple my paper before turning it in, and on my way back, I heard him ask his friend, where's Carrie's paper? And I had to clear it up with this guy that I had turned it in, but he knows who I am. Not that he wouldn't know who I am, but that's beside the point. The point is, I was on his mind, if only for those few seconds. And before math, when he came in, we shared a look. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't all that special, just a kind of, hey, look. But it was acknowledgement with just a hint of a smile teasing around the corners of his mouth. Oh, and then when I was talking to Danielle after I gave her my paper, he was totally looking at me again. Maybe it was because I was wearing my Flogging Molly shirt, and he's really hardcore Irish. Too bad he didn't start up a conversation about it. I didn't see him today, but he was nice to think about.
Oh. Do I have to worry about this back?
On October 3rd, he asked what day it is.
I was thinking that too.
So this is one of the last entries about him before it all fizzled out. Tragically. But it went out with a bang. We did a lab today in which we burned magnesium. The strip of metal shone so bright that sunglasses were required even to look at the flame. Once you did catch sight of it, though, it ensnared the body in fascination. You just stared, unable to look away. Later, I glanced up and caught Patrick across the room. And even though everything told me not to keep staring, it was as if he'd caught flame as well. I had to force myself to look away. I'm trying not to stress or even wonder why he won't talk to me, but it's more difficult than I thought it'd be. I don't know if he's coming tomorrow, but I hope he is. I don't know where we were going or why he would have been there, but yeah, so that was poor Patrick.
Well, why
Had
don't
me just staring at him all
that's a good spot because the magnesium, the burning magnesium is a symbol. So this is a good opportunity to do a couple of Q&A questions, and then we could go back to embarrassing Carrie more. So if anyone in the Zoom call wants to toss out some Q&A questions, you could send them in the chat. But I've got a list of a couple that were pre-submitted here. Will you tell us of at least one scene in the book that was inspired by a real life event?
Oh, a lot of them were inspired by real events. I grew up in Southern California, which is where the book is set. I went to high school there. But one that really stands out is if you've read the beginning of the book, you will have seen some scenes set in summer school PE. And I went to summer school PE the summer after my sophomore year, and it was the strangest experience. We just kind of like walked around the track, and we walked to get donuts, and we like did stretches for several hours in the multi-purpose room. And it was so strange, but it stuck with me because it was so bizarre, and I had to base some of the book around that. So that's one.
Well, what was it? PE, physical education?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did you fail during the normal school year, or what?
I remember the story of your first car, Carrie, the Mazda you had. Oh,
Oh yeah. But yeah, I crashed that car after my first date.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went on a date, came home, somebody ran into me.
The date get that bad that you crashed your own car?
My God, just let it end.
It was like, what if she crashed the car on the date? It was just like, this is so bad. We're gonna wreck instead.
We're not going back out again.
So I was in a neck brace, and you will see Tracy in a neck brace in the book. Different circumstances, but yeah, that was from real life too.
Here's another question. What is the symbolism of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg's spectacles?
From The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
oh, thank you.
This was my question.
Question and answer.
You don't have to answer it.
I think it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption of something.
Okay, but for real, how much of the book would you say is autobiographical?
It kind of combines
Yeah.
I kind of the setting of my high school years and brought in my college friends and just kind of saw what would happen if I placed them in those situations.
Cool. Do you want to do a couple more dramatic readings, and then we'll get back to more Q&A questions?
Okay, I've got a doozy here. This one is from September 27th, 2005. I'm getting to be such a slacker on my homework. I have a history journal and 10 French sentences due tomorrow. That was all I had to do tonight, yet have I finished? Well, yes, I finished one paragraph, one sentence of my journal. That's it. Slacker I am. Yet, teachers cannot know the enticement of a melody tugging at my heart and my voice and my head. The ecstasy of the lyrics as they drip off my tongue like honey, like a secret. Like moon cream poured from the star-sprinkled sky. My mind cannot be confined on nights such as these to the chores of mere mortals. Something painful stings my heart and rips open my chest if I do not let it slip out softly. It is song. It is my joy and my world, the world to which I escape when other people's reality stifles my own. When their mediocrity and mundaneness seeks to snuff the delicate flicker that is my painted porcelain universe. So fanciful, so limitless, so freeing, yet at any moment, poof, the flame is extinguished. Crash! The glass orb shatters. One word, realistic. One phrase, don't be stupid. Oh, it slices me open. Their words. A clawed, rusty metal hand reaches in and playfully mooses my insides. How can I be expected to survive in such purgatory until my next release from limbo to not paradise, no unknown enigmatic heaven? I sail to utopia, to my dreams, to the moon, to the slums, to the bottom of the sea, and to the highest peaks. I can go anywhere, be anything. There are no boundaries in imagination. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to ask, what is moon cream?
I have no idea. It sounds so gross.
I read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft in high school, and he never wrote anything half as trippy and weird as whatever that was.
That does bring up what were you reading in high school that you remember being formative?
I probably a lot of like J.D. Salinger. I'm really interesting. Well, actually, I have an entry about that. Earlier today, I'd read all the poems in Ariel by Sylvia Plath. All I can say, wow. I can only imagine how many emotions she felt all the time. Her feelings must have had 10 times the magnitude of a normal person. I have a lot of respect for her. That seems strange, seeing as she was suicidal and left 2 children and an ex-husband behind when she stuck her head in an oven. But she also left behind her poetry. She left an amazing testament of the darker side of life, the darkest anyone can go to, and from which few return. She provides a rare insight into the madhouse that was her world. Sylvia Plath seems so devoted to her art. It seems a warning and an invitation all at once. Come join me here in this place of darkness, but careful, the door will lock behind you, and there is no going back. It's intense, to say the least.
Wait.
Do you remember when you were writing? When I wrote in my journal, it was for 2 reasons. Either I was really angry because someone wronged me, or maybe they didn't wrong me, but I felt wronged, or a girl didn't like me. Or I would write kind of like there was an audience already reading it.
Oh, yeah, yep, that sounds about right. How many people kept a journal? Christian did.
1, 2. Anybody in the Zoom call keep a journal when they were in high school? No.
I did, but I remember dramatically ripping all the pages out and either burning them or ripping them up.
I wanted to make sure there was no written evidence.
Yeah.
I tried for like 3 days when I was like working at summer camp because there's nothing else to do. And I was like, I wrote down the weather.
You had a weather rock for that.
I thought it would be interesting later. And then I just like threw it out because I'm like, I have nothing to say.
You didn't read it later?
You had nothing to say and nothing to do, so you burned down the lean-to.
So we got a question from the chat here. How did you decide on the title?
Oh, that's a good question. I love thinking up titles. And this is going to be a series, and each one has to start with a certain letter. Tracy is very into collective nouns for animals. And I wish there were a better reason. I wish this were a more interesting story, but it's not. It's just something I liked. And it seems to fit thematically, but to tell you how it gives stories.
All right, we got a couple more questions here. Are there any diary entries where you don't write about boys? I'm learning so much. Well, we did hear one about moon cream, so I guess there's
The
more.
last one was about poetry.
She contains multitudes.
There is one I'll read that doesn't.
It was from before that happened.
It's pretty much all about boys.
I'm going to do a couple because we got a bunch of Q&A questions. And then do you have like one more reading or two more? Okay,
Well, one and then a poem people want to read.
All right, so we'll close it out with those 2, I think. What age or grade reader do you think would most benefit from a Dazzle of Zebras?
Oh, well, YA in general is kind of ages 13 to 18. I think I would have really benefited from this book when I was about 15 or 16, right when I was writing these entries. I really could have used some perspective.
Cool. What was your favorite snack to eat while you were writing the book?
All of them.
This is true. I have to hide candy from her.
Yeah, mostly candy. There's one writer, I can't remember her name, Patricia Highsmith, I think. Patricia Highsmith, maybe. she had to just eat like donuts and sugar all the time that she's writing to make it pleasurable for herself in order to motivate herself. So that's kind of what I have to do as well.
And on a similar note, what was your favorite place to actually write or to brainstorm for the book?
Oh, outside anyway. I started writing it when I was still working as a paralegal, and I would go on my lunch break and sit in my car and scribble while I was drinking energy drinks.
What's your favorite energy drink?
Amp.
Wow.
Kristen knows.
That's gross.
Ready?
What is the significance of the cover image? I absolutely love it.
Oh,
Just one exclamation.
Just one.
Sorry, I oversaw that.
the cover is the work of the amazing Travis Markle. Yeah. There is a pivotal scene in the book where a donut falls and ends up on the ground, and it just starts everything in motion. So I thought that had to go on the cover, and it's just so visually stunning. Travis did such a great job.
Which character do you identify with the most? And will this story turn into a series? I think you already said it is going to be a series. There are 3 or 4 other books.
Yeah, there'll be 4 other books.
Can you tell us a little more about the idea for the series?
The series goes through 1 year, all of these friends' senior year, because I love the idea of how people look at each other and getting to see different perspectives on different characters. And I love writing in different voices. So any chance I get to do that, I think is really fun. So the next book will be Sophia's, and it's about her struggles with her religion and her body and all different things. But I guess I relate most to Tracy, who is this main character.
Right, what you know.
Yep.
How exactly does Angela Withers-Big help with the production of your YouTube videos? Can she hold a smartphone or other recording device?
Angela Withers-Bagel is instrumental in all of these. She's over here. Can we give her a hand? She's sitting on the couch right now. She's very shy, but we love Angela Withers bigotry. The best in the business from AWB Literary. She's totally hands-on from storyboarding to post, every step of the way. I cannot thank you enough, Angela Withers Birdhouse.
I heard that your agent also gave you a potting shed to write in. You left that.
She did. I could not have accomplished this without her help. She's there for me 120%.
All right, a couple more questions. What was your most embarrassing moment from high school, and what was your greatest moment?
Pass. I got bangs. That was really embarrassing.
Were they
easier to talk about the moments that weren't embarrassing in high school?
Were the bangs dyed a different color?
They were not, but that is quite a look.
Were they straightened when the rest of your hair was crunchy?
I can't even talk about that.
You don't have to.
Also,
you have already given us a series of highly embarrassing moments.
Favorite.
So we're not going to make you answer more of that. Was there a Michael Scott-esque funeral for the bird from the space your agent fixed up for you?
If you don't know, what we mentioned earlier, my agent Angela Withers, Bug Bee, she found me a place to write, and I was so grateful. And I went in, and there was, unfortunately, a bird had died. So we gave it a respectful funeral. There was singing. Bill played the pan flute. It was very nice. It was very solemn. So yeah, thank you for asking that. Nice that someone cared about the bird.
All right.
A pan flute like Yanni?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little new age Yanni. All Are there any other questions from chat? I think we've covered all of them.
Thank you for
But I appreciate you making me crave strawberry frosted donuts this week.
Anytime.
But if there's no further questions, Carrie, why don't you take us out with your real wonderful moon cream?
I gotta say, this is probably worse than moon cream.
That's a high bar to set.
A couple of times I wrote poetry in my journal, as we all did at 15 when we were teenage girls. But I would write it upside down. And for this first one, I really didn't want people to know what I was doing. So I wrote it backwards as well. Like I'm the Da Vinci of teenage poetry or something. So I'm going to try to read it normally, but it might take me a minute. It's untitled. God, why am I doing this? There is an itch. It burns and travels up to my elbows. It sits in the hollow of my throat. Throat, the necklace, cannot survive without hope. Dead. At least it is safe from the itch. Obsession takes possession. The two are a scheming, plotting duo. They grin and snicker and dance their sick, frenzied jig over my knees, my scalp, my calves. Oh, the smooth red sear lines. Christian, this is my art. The smooth red sear lines slowly my nails unfold. The red and white striped stockings all up my legs. Slowly savor the kiss, the jagged tenderness of the great claw. Oh no, I lost my spot. As it boils and chews and spits you out. Oh, excuse me, miss, but it's your stockings. Have they bled in the wash? The lines have blurred, but we have a wonderful selection. Would you care to see some models? What am I doing? Let us strip you of the imperfections, the shackles that bind you to hell. You can have perfection. Join the perfect. Liquid surrounds me, water, until I open and see. See? Ha! I struggle for only a moment. Sitting in a thick red world suits me nicely. I miss the itch. Worse than moon cream. It is dark. A girl sits in front of me. Water sizzles on the burning cheeks, settles in the grooves of scars that run too deep for help. I wonder why the water is not red. I examine her. Every blemish, every flaw, every imperfection is assessed and dismissed. She bows to receive her sentence. Guard! That one there, the one with the ripped red stockings, and this is really long, and the messy knotted hair. The red hair covering everything. The one stinking up my halls with her filth and stale, feeble breath. See her? Take her, clean her up. Wash the red from her. Give her comfort, ease, luxury, love. This was done. I saw the girl once more after, her skin white as pure light, blinding and beautiful. She was perfect. She came to me, clean, happy, loved, to hear the rest of her sentence. There's more. Guards! That girl there, the one with the glowing white skin, the beautiful one. See her? I regret this, my dear, really I do, but your sentence reads that thou shalt hereby be released to the care of the itch. She smiled, lip, teeth, lip again. Dazzling white and deathly red, scraped across her face as she is escorted from my sight. The end. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All that on one draft?
I didn't know you were so itchy in high school.
All right, if you
Benjamin.
Oh my God. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Many questions, but it would require shots of alcohol to really dig.
Talk therapy.
Just to remind you, Carrie, we are recording this.
Yeah. I may have made some mistakes.
It would either take shots of alcohol or some moon cream.
Yeah, as soon as you started saying itch, I thought eczema, and then you moved through down the body, and I was like,
Oh, no.
I started feeling itchy and dirty, and
Were you
I
wearing
needed some moon cream.
stockings?
I don't know what I would do.
Yeah,
The image, was that the right image? Like a candy striper or?
All right, if you're up for one more short one, this one ends on a funnier note. Intentionally funny. All right, we're going back to July 27th of 2005. This has been one of the worst weeks in history. No, I don't care to explain. Yesterday, I had some quality bonding time with my sister. We went to the lake after we got Golden Spoon. I got my foot stuck in a tree. I was laughing so hard I almost let go of the branch. I would have banged my head on the trunk and then been dangling by my foot upside down. Janet, hysterically laughing, looked like she was trying to protect the tree from dents of my head when I yelled to her to help. It was pretty funny, kind of painful. And I ended with that one because I thought it was a good summary of high school years. Pretty funny, kind of painful. Thank you so much for being here and listening to that nonsense.
All right, thank you for all your questions. I think, did we have some drawings or something?
We do.
Where
That's
is
some
it?
giveaways and these books are here.
In these bowls right here. Okay. Do you want to do them?
Sure.
I don't know. There's like little scraps of paper in here. I don't know what's written on them, so I don't want
Okay.
to
We
pull
had a
Steve
couple
Harvey. And...
giveaways.
Must be present to win.
No.
No.
This one is for a free signed copy of the book. Will you hold it?
Okay.
Okay. Christy! That's my sister, Christy. She wins a free signed copy. I will send it to you pronto.
Did she get a
Make it up to Benji.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Congratulations, Christy. Thank you for entering. This one is to have a character named after you in the next book.
Oh.
Pretty exciting. All right. Mary Walker Ender! She could not be here tonight today, but
I will text her
congratulations.
forthwith.
So congratulations, and if you there's one more giveaway that will be announced next week. If you take a picture of yourself with the book and tag me on Instagram, then you will be entered to get a sketch of yourself with the characters from the book. So that'll be fun.
I think that's all we have on our official program, but this is a party, so you are welcome to stay and hang out and talk to the author and just generally have a good time.
Well,
Carrie,
people,
show everyone how you would dance in high school.
Oh.
what's wrong with you?
Show us.
Are we dancing?
Didn't we?
No, Christian.
Did I have a jam?
I'm pretty sure it's just the.
Rebecca, what was my high school jam? What?
Great question.
I had. It was like it was one of these songs.
Here, hang on. I will get the song on for you. Give me a second here.
It was like Constantine by Something Corporate. You can't dance to that song. You just have to feel it in your heart.
So my little sister asked that last question, and I think it's because she remembers what it looked like when I tried to dance in high school, and she just wanted to share that with everybody. So you know what? I decided I've embarrassed myself enough. Why not keep going? So this one's for you, Gen Z. Here we go. Okay. This one's it. All right. Picture it. It's 2006. You're all dressed up for homecoming. You're in like a bubble dress that's like shiny satin. You've got these big heels, not quite the platform heels. I wasn't right in yet, but you're trying to play it cool. But this song comes on, you just go. I don't have the lung capacity of a 16-year-old anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun. Really embarrassed myself. I hope you had a lot of fun too. And if you feel like it, buy the book. I promise you'll love it. Leave a review, and thank you so much. I love you. Bye.